Gentlemen, you are the cream of the world's air forces. This country desperately needs your help. 6 months ago, an extremely well-armed and organized terrorist force carried out a coup d'etat. Attempts to free our country have been foiled by repeated surprise attacks. To avoid escalating this war and causing unacceptable civilian losses, we wish to employ your services. Surgical airstrikes and the elimination of enemy air superiority will tip the scales in our favor. You will receive remuneration commensurate with your positions as the premier top guns of the world. This is an evaluation of your operational abilities. Intelligence reports an enemy supply unit moving to resupply their forward positions. You should have the advantage of surprise. We should have localized air superiority for the duration of the operation. Target: C5A supply unit.
Ready? Break now! Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot it down! Bingo! Yahoo! Don't let him get away! Toast! Great shot! Don't run away! Up ahead! Enemy in sight. Enemy in sight. Enemy in sight. Fire! Shoot it down! Great shot! Don't let him get away! Here! Toast! Let's return to mission, buddy! Enemy in up ahead! Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot it down! Great shot! Enemy locked on. Blew him away! Great shot! Great shot! Stay with him. Here! Post! Enemy in front. Up ahead! Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot it down! Stay with him. Jesus, miss! Stay with him. Come back one! Enemy in sight. Up ahead! Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot it down! Great shot! Out! Enemy target located. Stay with him. Don't let him get away. Stay with him. Don't let him get away. Shoot him away. Mission accomplished.
Immediate mobilization required. Our base's position was compromised in the last enemy push. Reports indicate imminent arrival of bombers. Scramble and ace those bogies. Target, B-52 Bomber Force.
Ready? Break now!
Warning!
Locked on our missile approaching. Guys! On our left! Up ahead! Enemy in sight. On our right! Up ahead! Bogey on our 6. Bingo! Take up! Missile approaching. Guys! Enemy in sight. Up ahead! Bogey on our 6. Stay with him. Wait! On our left! Up ahead! Bogey on our 6. Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot it down! Take off! Stay with him. Don't let him get away. Back one! Enemy target. Bogey on our 6. Up ahead! Bogey on our 6. Enemy in sight. Take off! Jesus, miss! Bingo!
Under body damage. Under body damage. Alert body damage. Alert body damage. Alert body damage.
Enemy in sight. On our right! Up ahead! Enemy in sight. Up ahead! Move on our tail! On our right! Up ahead! On our left! Bogey on our 6! Up ahead! Fire! Shoot it down! Green! Waste! On our left! Up ahead! Enemy locked on target. Bogey on our 6. On our right. Up ahead. Enemy locked. Enemy target located. Out. Let's return to mission, buddy! Enemy in sight. Up ahead! Locked on target. Fire! Shoot it down! Bingo! Don't let him get away! Wasted! Jesus, miss! Enemy target located. Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot it down! Great shot! Don't let him get away! Shoot him away! Mission accomplished.
AWACS reports an enemy incursion in our sector. We are diverting you from local air support to forward operations. Neutralize the approaching units. Target, enemy attacking force. Formation makeup is unknown. Expect enemy fighter support and a tough dogfight. Good luck.
Ready? Break now! Locked on target. Locked on. Missile approaching. Dive! Up ahead, take off! Boogie on our tail! Enemy in sight. Up ahead! On our right! Enemy in sight. Up ahead! Fire on our right! On our right! Enemy in sight. Up ahead! Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot down! Engage! Woohoo! Boogie on our 6. Boogie on our tail! And up ahead! Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot it down! Boogie on our 6. On our left! Boogie at 12 o'clock! Boogie on our 6. Boogie on our 6. Up ahead! Boogie on our 6. Up ahead! Take off! Fire! Away! Boogie on our tail! Locked on! Missile approaching! Dive!
Halting.
Boogie on our tail! On our right! Up ahead! Fire! Shoot it down! On our right! Boogie on our 6. Enemy locked on target. Enemy in sight. Take off! Jesus, miss! Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot it down! Enemy in sight. Fire! Shoot it down! Great shot! Jesus, miss! Boogie on our 6. Fire! Shoot it down! Back one! Boogie on our tail! Take off! Boogie on our 6. Up ahead! Boogie on our 6. On our right! Up ahead! Fire! Shoot it down! Back one! Boogie on our 6. Boogie on our tail! On our right! Up ahead! Locked on target. Fire! Shoot it down! Great shot! On our left! Boogie on our 6. Stay with him. Take off! Enemy target located. Up ahead! Enemy in sight. Enemy in sight. Enemy in sight. Fire! Shoot it down! Jesus! Great shot! Don't be toast! Locked on target. Fire! Shoot it down! On our right! Up ahead! Enemy in sight. Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot it down! Great shot! Up ahead! Back one! Enemy in sight. Fire! Shoot it down! Stay with him. Jesus, miss! Stay with him. Don't let him get away. with him! Don't let him get away! Stay with him! Jesus, miss! Don't let him get away! Wasted! Mission accomplished.
Up to now, our offensive missions have been constrained by the presence of civilians in Donetsk City. A recent evacuation of that city permits us to engage hard targets within the city perimeter. Target 1, Computer Communications Center. Target 2, Enemy Headquarters Building. Night conditions should neutralize enemy ground fire. However, the city has at least 3 interceptors available. We have no intelligence on force composition. From now on, you will have a wingman assigned to you. Inform him of the operation before departure.
Ready? Break now! Enemy in sight. Up ahead! Enemy in sight. Bingo! Yahoo! Bogey at 12 o'clock. On our left. Bogey on our 6. Shot! On our right! Up ahead! Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot it down! Bogey on our 6. Up ahead! Fire! Shoot it down! Stay with me! Close! On our left! Enemy in sight. Up ahead! Locked on target. Fire! Wasted! Enemy in sight. Enemy in sight. Enemy in sight.
Alert, body damage.
Enemy
Alert,
inside.
body damage. Alert, body damage. Alert, body damage. Alert, body damage.
Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot him down! Stay with him. Don't let him get away.
Caution.
Pull out of it.
Engine stall.
Enemy in sight. Enemy locked on target. Great shot! Enemy in sight. Enemy locked on target. Great shot! Enemy in sight. Enemy locked on target. Great shot! Enemy in sight. Up ahead!
Warning.
Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot him down! Bogey on our 6. On our left. Up ahead! Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot him down! Stay with him. Enemy target located. Jesus, miss! Don't let Jesus, miss! Stay with him. Don't let him get away. Stay with him. Don't let him get away. Jesus, miss! Stay with him. Jesus, miss! Enemy in sight. Enemy in sight. Fire! Shoot him down! Stay with him. Jesus, miss! Stay with him. Don't let him get away. Jesus, miss! Back one! Enemy in sight. Enemy locked on target. Great shot! On our left. Up ahead. Bogey at 12 o'clock. On our right.
Alert, body
Bogey on our
damage.
tail.
Alert,
Bogey on our
body
6.
damage. Alert, body damage. Alert,
On our
body
left.
damage.
Bogey on our
Alert, body
6.
damage.
Bogey on our 6. Fire! Shoot him down! On our right.
Caution.
Pull out of it. Bogey at 12 o'clock. Up ahead. On our left. Bogey on our 6. Enemy in sight. Fire! Shoot him down! Take off! Stay with him. Don't let him get away. Here. Toes. On our right. Bogey on our 6. Up ahead. On our right. Enemy in sight. Up ahead. Bogey on our 6. Here. Toes. Take off. On our left. Up ahead! Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot him down! Enemy target located. Great shot! Stay with him. Don't let him get away. Stay with him. Don't let him get away. Wasted! Enemy in sight. Enemy locked on target. Bingo! Yahoo! Great shot! Mission accomplished.
Reconnaissance indicates a weak link in their fuel supply infrastructure. A single pipeline transfers all crude oil from their fields to their refinery. Strike both the pipeline and the refinery. Target: oil refinery plant and oil field. Use the pipeline as a reference to the refinery. Locate and destroy.
Ready? Break now! Enemy in sight. Up ahead! Focus 12 o'clock on our right! Bogey on our 6. On our right! Enemy in sight. Great shot! Up ahead! Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot it down! On our right!
Caution.
Come out of it!
Empty stall.
And up ahead! On our left! Up ahead! Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot it down! Back one! On our right! Up ahead! Fire! Shoot it down! Bingo! Yahoo! Don't let him get a back one! Enemy in sight. Enemy locked on target. Altitude too low. Fly! Enemy in sight. Enemy locked on target. Altitude too low. Fly! Enemy in sight. Bingo! Yahoo! Altitude too low. Fly! in sight. Enemy locked on target. Great shot! Enemy locked on target. Altitude too low. Climb! Enemy in sight. Enemy locked on target. Altitude too low. Climb! Enemy in sight. Altitude too low. Climb! Enemy in sight. Up ahead! Enemy locked. Bogey at 12 o'clock. On our left. Bogey on our 6. Bogey on our 6. Bogey on our 6. Up ahead! Bogey on our 6. Enemy locked on target. Take off! Great shot! Great shot! On our right! Bogey on our 6. On our right! Bogey on our 6. Take off! Bogey on our 6. Enemy in sight. Enemy in sight.
Caution.
Enemy in sight. Up ahead!
Warning.
Enemy locked on us. Missile approaching.
Alert body damage. Alert body
Bogey on
damage.
our 6.
Alert body damage.
Bogey on our
Alert
6.
body damage. Alert body damage.
On our left. Enemy in sight. Bogey on our 6.
Warning. Warning.
Enemy in sight. Bogey on our 6. Up ahead. Bogey on our 6. Back one. Bogey on our tail. Take off. Up ahead.
Warning. Warning.
Enemy locked on target. post! Enemy in sight. Bingo! Yahoo! Enemy in sight. Enemy in sight. Enemy in sight. Up ahead! Enemy locked on target. Bingo! Yahoo! Back one! On our left! Bogey on our 6. On our left! Up ahead! Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot it down! Freeze! Wasted! Enemy in sight. Enemy locked on target. Bingo! Yahoo! Enemy in sight. Enemy locked on target. Great shot! Mission accomplished.
The enemy has proved to have significant resources. This war of attrition is not to our advantage. We are now targeting key infrastructure sites. Target: Resources mining system and production plant. Intelligence reports stealth fighters operating in this theater. Remember, their lack of radar signature makes visual sighting essential.
Ready? Break now! Enemy in sight. Up ahead!
Warning.
Enemy locked on us. Missile approaching. Dive! Dive! Enemy locked on target. Bingo! Yahoo! Take off! Enemy in... On our right! Bogey on our 6. Bogey, take off! Great shot! Bogey on our 6. On our right! Enemy in sight. Enemy locked on target. Great shot! Bogey on our 6. Up ahead! On our right! Bogey on our 6. Enemy locked on target. Great shot! Take off! Altitude too low. Fine! On our left! Up ahead! Bogey on our 6. Enemy locked on target. Take off! On our left! Up ahead! Enemy locked on target. Fire! Out! Enemy in sight. Up ahead! Bogey at 12 o'clock. Bingo! Yahoo! Bogey on our tail!
Alert, body damage.
Bogey on our
Alert,
6.
body damage. Alert, body damage. Alert, body damage. Alert, body damage.
Up ahead! Enemy in sight. Fire! Shoot it down! Bogey on our 6. Enemy in sight. Fire! Shoot it! Bingo! Yahoo! On our right! Bogey on our 6. Bogey on our 6. Enemy locked on target. Take off! Bingo! Yahoo! On our right!
Warning.
Enemy locked on us. Missile approaching. Dive! Dive!
Warning.
On our left! Bogey on our 6. Take off! On our left! Enemy in sight. Up ahead! Bogey on our 6. Stay with them. Take off! Bogey on our 6. Take off! Enemy in front. Up ahead! Enemy locked on target. On our right! Up ahead! On our right! Up ahead! Bogey on our 6. Jesus, miss! Take off! Enemy in sight. Bogey on our 6. Jesus, up ahead! On our left! Stay with him. Go Bogey on our 6. Enemy in sight. Fire! Shoot it down! Jesus, miss! Bogey on our 6. Don't let him get away. Take off!
Warning.
Enemy locked on us. Missile approaching.
Caution.
Dive!
Caution.
Bogey on our 6. Bogey on our 6. On our right. Bogey on our 6. Up ahead. On our right. Bogey on our tail. Bogey at 12 o'clock. On our right. Bogey on our 6. Take off. Enemy locked on target. Great shot. Bogey on our 6. Take off. Enemy locked on target. Bogey on our tail. Bingo! Yahoo!
Warning.
Enemy locked on us. Missile approaching. Dive! Dive! On our left.
Alert, body
Bogey on our
damage.
6.
Alert, body damage.
Enemy in sight.
Alert, body damage. Alert, body damage. Alert, body damage.
Bogey on our 6. Deep. On our right. Bogey on our tail. On our left. Up ahead.
Warning.
Locked on us. Missile approaching. Dive. Dive. Enemy in sight. Up ahead. Locked on us. Missile approaching. Dive. Dive. On our left. Enemy in sight. Up ahead. Enemy in sight. Enemy in sight. Fire! On our right! Bogey on our 6. Stay with up ahead! Don't let him get away!
Alert, body
Bogey on our 6.
Alert, body damage. Alert, body damage.
Don't let him get away!
Alert,
Take off!
body damage. Alert, body
Away!
damage.
Bogey on our tail! Enemy in sight. On our right! On our right! Bogey on our 6. On our right! Enemy in sight. Up ahead! Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot it down! Jesus, miss! Don't let him get away! Stay with him! Shoot him away! Up ahead! Up ahead! Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot it down! On our right! Up ahead! Fire! Shoot it down! This is wasted! Enemy in sight. Enemy locked on target. Great shot! Great shot! Great shot! Mission accomplished.
The enemy's ADCRS Air Defense Command and radar system has been identified. We can expect a steep drop in enemy effectiveness if this site is destroyed. The enemy has an effective SAM kill zone around the target. Its one weak point is a narrow ravine leading to the base. This requires precision, nap of the earth flying. Target, enemy radar site. You have no effective countermeasures to this model of SAM. Exit the ravine and you are toast.
Ready? Break now! Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot it down! Out! Up ahead! Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot it down! Back one! Enemy in up ahead! Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot it down! Shoot him away! Up ahead! Enemy in sight. Enemy in sight. Fire! Shoot down! Wasted! Enemy in up ahead! Enemy in sight. Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot it down! Back one! Enemy in sight. Locked on target. Great shot! Mission accomplished.
Regaining Donetsk City is a prime strategic consideration for the enemy. To forestall offensive operations, we will strike their staging area. Target, staging facilities and B-1 bombers. Our goal is to hit them just before their incursion begins.
Ready? Break now! Up ahead! Enemy locked on target. Fire! Bingo! Bogey on our 6. Up ahead! Enemy in sight. Enemy targets located. Fire! Shoot it down! Stay with him. Away on our right. Up ahead. Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot it down! Jesus, miss! Focus well with Bogey on our 6. Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot it down! Pick off! Away! Bogey on our tail! On our right! Up ahead! Let's return! Bogey on our 6! On our right! Up ahead! Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot it down! Jesus, miss! Don't let him get away! Jesus, miss! Don't let him get away! Bogey on our 6! Don't let him get away! Please take off! Don't let him get away! Jesus, miss! Stay with him! Don't let him get away! Stay with him! Enemy target located! Enemy in sight! Enemy in sight! Enemy locked on target! Fire! Shoot it down! Stay with him! Bogey on our 6! Don't let him get away! Stay with him! Don't let him get away! He's wasted! Bogey on our 6! Enemy in front. Up ahead! Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot it down! On our left! Bogey on our 6! Jesus, miss! On our left! Great! On our right! He's wasted! Enemy in sight. Up ahead! Fire! Shoot it down! Bingo! Yahoo! Back one! Enemy in sight. Enemy in sight. Fire! Shoot it down! Great shot! Don't let him get away! Stay with him! He is toast! Enemy in sight. Enemy locked on target. Great shot! Up ahead! Enemy locked on Bogey on our 6. On our left!
Warning!
Enemy in Bogey on our 6. On our left! Up ahead! Bogey on our 6! On our right! Enemy in sight!
Warning!
Locked on us! Missile approaching! Dive! Dive! Bingo! Yeah! Bogey on our 6!
Warning!
Bogey on our tail!
Warning!
On our right! Enemy in sight! Enemy locked on us. Missile approaching. Dive! On our right! Up ahead! Enemy locked on target. Fire on our right! Bogey on our 6. Bogey on our tail! Take off! Bogey on our 6. Take off! Up ahead! Bogey at 12 o'clock. Bogey on our 6. Bingo! Yahoo! Take off! On our right! Bogey on our 6. Take off! Enemy in sight. Enemy locked on target. Bingo! Yahoo! Bingo! Yahoo! Bogey on our 6. Mission accomplished.
Naval intelligence report a transport heading to Acecombat Bay. Since it may be a troop transport, we need to sink it before it docks. Follow up with destruction of the island port facilities. The opposition is expected to consist of an enemy fighter wing of unknown composition and patrolling Aegis warships. The Aegis missile system is highly effective. Eliminate the warships quickly.
Ready? Break now! Locked on our 6. Bogey on our 6. On our right. Bogey on our 6. Up ahead. Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot it down! Back one! On our right. Up ahead. Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot it down! Bogey on our 6. Don't let him get away. Bingo! Bogey on our 6. On our left. Take off. Up ahead. On our right. Bogey on our 6. Bogey on our tail. Enemy. On our right. Bogey on our 6. Wait. Bogey on our tail. Take off. Up ahead. Bogey on our 6. On our right. Up ahead. Enemy locked on target. Fire. Shoot him down. Stay with him. Don't let him get away. Stay with him. Jesus, miss. Stay with him. Don't let him get away. Oh. Enemy in sight. Enemy locked on target. Bingo! Enemy in sight. Enemy in sight. Enemy locked on target. Great shot! Enemy in sight. Enemy locked on target. Great shot! Bingo! Yahoo! Enemy altitude too low. Flying. Altitude too low. Flying.
Caution. Low altitude. Caution.
Too low. Flying.
Low altitude.
Enemy in sight. Locked on target. Up ahead. On our left. Up ahead.
Warning.
Enemy locked on us. Missile approaching. Die.
Caution. Caution.
Bogey on our 6. On our left. Up ahead! Enemy in sight. Enemy target located.
Caution. Caution. Alert body damage. Alert body
On our
damage.
right.
Alert
Bogey
body
on our 6.
damage. Alert body
On
damage.
our left.
Alert body
Enemy in
damage.
sight. Bogey on our 6. Enemy locked on. Take off. Great shot. Bogey on our tail. On our left. Enemy in sight. Up ahead. Fire. Two back one. On our right. Bogey on our 6. On our right. On our right. Bogey on our 6. On our left. Enemy in sight. Up ahead. Enemy locked on target. Fire. Shoot it down. Back one. Enemy in sight.
Caution.
Enemy locked on target.
Caution.
Shot.
Caution.
Enemy in sight. Enemy in sight. locked on target. Great shot! Enemy in sight. Enemy locked on target. Great shot! Mission accomplished.
Your mercenary unit has proved its reliability. We request you aid in the extraction of one of our officers from the enemy mountain fortress. We can only send one unit without alerting the opposition. Target: cripple enemy air defense and land on their runway. Only you have the requisite skills. You will be paid handsomely.
Ready? Break now!
Warning.
Enemy locked on target.
Warning.
Focus on our 6. On our left. Up ahead. Fire. Shoot it down. Focus on our 6. Don't let him get away. Take off. On our left. Up ahead. Enemy locked on target. Fire. Back one. Up ahead! Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot it down! Great shot! Don't let him get away! Jesus, miss! Don't let him get hooked on our 6. On our left! Up ahead! Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot it down! On our left! Up ahead! Fire! Shoot it down! Back one! Enemy in sight. Up ahead! Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot him down!
Caution.
Pull out of it!
Engine
On
stall.
our right! Up ahead! Fire! Shoot him down! Stay with him! Back one! Enemy in sight! Enemy in sight! Fire! Shoot him down! Back one!
The captured port has become a key resupply facility for our forces. We cannot allow the enemy to cripple or recapture it. Current intelligence suggests the enemy is preparing a bombing raid utilizing stealth bombers. Even one can devastate the facility. Keep alert. Target, stealth bomber wing.
Ready? Break now! Enemy locked on target. On our left! Enemy locked on target. Bogey on our tail! Bogey on our six! Enemy in sight! Bogey on our six! Up ahead! Enemy in sight! On our right!
Warning.
Up ahead! Bogey on our six! Back one! Bogey on our tail! Enemy up ahead! Bogey on our six! Enemy locked on target! Fire! Shoot it down! Take off! Here! Out! Bogey on our tail! Up ahead! On our right! Enemy in sight! Enemy in sight! Up ahead! Enemy locked on target! Fire! Shoot him down! Jesus, miss! Don't let him get away! Jesus, miss! Don't let him get away! Here! Out! Enemy in front. Up ahead! Bogey on our six. Fire! Shoot it down! Bingo! Yeah! Take off! He is wasted! Great shot! on target. Fire! Shoot it down! Great! Take off!
Warning. Warning.
Post! On our left! Enemy in sight. Up ahead! Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot it down! Enemy target located. Don't let him get away! Stay with him! Don't let him get away! Wasted! Enemy target located. Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot it down! Back one! Mission accomplished.
The enemy is committing its huge mothership to this theater. They are growing desperate. Eliminate the mothership and their naval mobility is crippled. There are no reference points on the ocean. Pay attention to the operational map. Target mothership.
Ready? Break now! Enemy in up ahead! Bogey at 12 o'clock! Bogey on our tail! Bogey on our 6! On our right! Up ahead! Bogey on our 6! On our right! Bogey on our 6! On our left! Locked on us. Missile approaching. Dive! Dive! On our right!
Warning.
Enemy in sight. Ahead! On our right! Bogey on our 6!
Warning.
Enemy in sight. Locked on us. Missile approaching. Dive! Dive!
Caution.
Enemy locked on us. Missile approaching. Dive! Dive!
Caution. Caution.
Enemy in sight. Enemy locked on target. Fire! Great shot! Bogey on our 6. On our takeoff. Bogey on our tail. Up ahead. Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot it down. They blew him away. On our left. Up ahead. Enemy locked on target. Fire! Wasted. Up ahead.
Warning.
Enemy locked on target.
Warning.
Bogey on our 6. Take off.
Caution.
Bingo! Yahoo!
Caution. Alert. Body damage.
Bogey on our 6.
Alert. Body damage. Alert. Body damage.
Bogey on our
Alert.
6.
Body damage. Alert. Body damage.
Enemy in sight. Take off. Bogey at 12 o'clock. Bogey on our 6. Bogey on our 6. Bogey on our tail. Take off. On our left. Up ahead. On our right. Bogey on our 6. Enemy in sight. Up ahead. Take off. Bogey on our tail. On our left. Up ahead. On our left. Enemy locked on target. Bogey on our 6. On our right. Bogey up. Take off. On our left. Enemy in. Up ahead. On our left. Bogey on our 6. Enemy in sight. On our right. Take off. Bogey on our 6. Bogey at 12 with bogey on our 6. Bogey on our tail.
Caution.
Pull out of it.
Engine stall. Caution.
Up ahead. Up ahead. Enemy in sight. Enemy locked on target. Fire. Shoot it down. Please. Toast. On our right. Up ahead. Enemy locked on target. Fire. Great shot.
Alert. Body damage.
Bogey on our tail.
Alert. Body damage.
Stall. Pull out of
Alert.
it.
Body damage. Alert. Body damage. Alert.
ahead.
Body damage.
Enemy in sight. Fire. Shoot it down. On our right. Up ahead.
Caution.
Pull out of it. Up ahead. Enemy in sight. Fire. Shoot it down. Blew him away. Enemy locked on target. Fire. Shoot it down. Jesus, miss. Bogey on our tail. Up ahead. Enemy locked on target. Fire. Shoot it down. Jesus, miss. Enemy in sight. Enemy locked on target. Fire. Shoot it down. Great. Wasted. Enemy in sight. Enemy locked on target. Great shot.
Caution.
Enemy in sight. Enemy locked on target. Bingo! Yahoo! Enemy in sight. Enemy locked on target. Bingo! Yahoo! Enemy in sight. Enemy locked on target. Great shot! Mission accomplished.
Despite the elimination of all fuel refineries, the enemy continues to conduct operations. You are assigned to recon for undetected fuel supplies. Even though this is just recon, engage and eliminate any opposition patrols. Good hunting!
Ready? Break now! Enemy inside. Up ahead! Enemy locked on us. Missile approaching. Dive! Dive! Enemy in sight. Oh, take off! Enemy in sight. Up ahead!
Warning!
On our left. Bogey on our 6. On our left, take off! Up ahead! Fire! Shoot it down! Stay with him! Bogey on our 6. On our right! Enemy locked on target. Up ahead! Jesus, miss! On our right! Up ahead! On our right! Bogey on our 6. Fire! Shoot him up ahead! Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot him! Great shot! Stay with Jesus! Miss! Don't let him get away! On our left! Enemy in sight. Up ahead! Enemy in sight. Bogey at 12 o'clock. Bogey on our 6. Enemy locked on target. Take off! On our right. Enemy in sight. Fire! Shoot him down! Jesus! Miss! On our right. Bogey on our 6. Enemy locked on us. Missile approaching. Dive!
Caution! Caution!
on our tail! On our left! Up ahead! Enemy in sight. Bogey at 12 o'clock. Bogey on our 6. Enemy in sight. Fire! Shoot it down! Take off! Up ahead!
Warning.
Enemy locked on us. Missile approaching. Dive! Dive! Up ahead! Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot it down! On our right! Up ahead! Enemy in sight. Fire! Shoot it down! Quick shot! Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot it down! Jesus! Miss! Enemy in sight. Fire! Shoot it down! Here! Toast! Mission accomplished.
Our recon work has identified the last fuel depot. Go and bomb it flat. Target: a group of fuel production bases. The enemy is using its top guns in this theater. Keep focused. Good hunting.
Ready? Break now! Enemy in sight. Up ahead! Quick shot! Enemy locked on target. On our left! Bogey on our 6. Enemy locked on target. Torpedoes! Take off! Up ahead! Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot it through! Him away! Enemy in sight. Up ahead! Altitude too low! Climb! Enemy in sight. Quick shot! Bogey on our 6. On our left. Enemy in sight. Up ahead. Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot him down! Stay with him. Don't let him get away. Shoot him away! Enemy in sight. Enemy locked on target. Great shot! Enemy locked on target. Great shot! Altitude too low. Flying! Enemy in sight. locked on target. Bingo! Yahoo! Enemy in front. Up ahead! Enemy in front. Up ahead! Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot it down! Wasted! Up ahead! Enemy locked on target. Altitude too low. Flying. On our right. Up ahead. On our left. Bogey on our 6. Up ahead. Take off. Bogey on our tail. Up ahead!
Warning!
Locked on us. Missile approaching. Dive! Dive! Take off! On our left! Bogey at 12 o'clock, altitude too low, flying!
Caution!
Bogey on our 6! Great shot! Bogey on our tail! Bogey on our 6! Up ahead! Bogey on our 6! Shoot him away! Bogey on our 6. Bogey on our tail. On our right. Up ahead. Bogey on our 6. Up ahead. Bogey on our tail. On our left. Enemy in sight. Bogey on our 6. Bogey on our tail. Enemy in sight. Up ahead!
Warning!
Locked on us. Missile approaching. Dive! Dive! On our left. Up ahead! Fire! Quick shot! Bogey on our 6. On our left. Enemy in sight. Fire! Up ahead! Bogey on our 6. On our right. Up ahead!
Body
Bogey on our 6.
Alert! Body damage!
Bogey on our
Alert! Body
6.
damage! Alert! Body damage!
Up ahead!
Alert! Body damage!
Bogey on our 6. On our right. Enemy in sight. Fire! Shoot it down! Up ahead! On our right. Up ahead! Fire! Bogey on our 6. Wasted! Bogey on our tail!
Warning!
Up
Warning!
ahead! On our left. Enemy in sight. Up ahead! On our left.
Warning!
Bogey on our 6. And up ahead! Back one! Bogey on our 6. Enemy targets located. Bogey on our 6. On our right. Take off. Bogey on our tail. Enemy locked on target. Bingo! Up ahead. Enemy locked on target. Bingo! Yahoo! Bogey on our 6. On our left. Bogey on our 6. Bogey on our tail. On our left. Enemy in sight. Up ahead. On our left. Bogey on our 6. Enemy locked on target. On our left. Take off. Bogey on our tail. Enemy locked on target. Bingo! Yahoo! On our left. Bogey on our 6.
Alert, body
On our
damage.
left.
Alert, body damage.
Enemy in
Alert, body damage.
locked on us.
Alert, body damage.
Missile approaching.
Alert, body
Guys.
damage.
On our left.
Warning. Warning. Warning.
Locked on target. Fire. Put down. Bogey on our tail. Bogey on our 6. Up ahead. Take off. Jesus, miss.
Warning.
Enemy locked on us. Missile approaching. Dive. Dive. Bogey on our tail. Enemy in sight. Bogey on our 6. On our left.
Warning.
Up ahead. Enemy. Bogey on our 6. Enemy in sight. Take off. On our right. Up ahead. Bogey on our 6. Up ahead. And bogey on our, take off. On our left. Up ahead.
Warning.
Locked on.
Warning.
Missile approaching. Dive. Dive. Take off. Enemy locked on target.
Warning.
Bingo! Yahoo! Mission accomplished.
Our offensive operations are now concentrated on the Scorpion Island fortress. The base itself is a hard nut to crack, but we will isolate it by eliminating its bridge and central runway. Target: Red Suspension Bridge to the island and its Air Force base. There will be plenty of ACAC and SAM defenses around the runway. Go in for one pass, then break off operations.
Ready? Break now! Enemy in sight. Up ahead! locked up. Bogey at 12 o'clock. On our left. Bogey on our 6. On our left. Enemy in sight. Bogey on our 6. Great shot. Take off. On our left. Up ahead. Fire. Bogey on our 6. On our left. Up ahead. Enemy locked on target. Fire. Shoot him down. Stay with him. On our left. Up ahead. On our right. Enemy in sight. Fire. Shoot him down. On our left. Up ahead. Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot him down! Stay with him. Go back one! On our 6. Up ahead. On our right. Enemy in sight. Up ahead. Enemy in sight. Enemy on our left. Bogey on our 6. On our left. Up ahead. Enemy locked on target. Fire. Shoot it down. Here. Toast. Enemy in sight. Enemy in sight. Enemy locked on target. Bingo! Yahoo!
Caution. Target body damage. Alert body damage. Alert body damage. Alert body damage. Alert body
On our
damage.
left. Enemy in sight. Bogey on our 6. Bingo! Yahoo! Take off! Enemy in sight. Enemy locked on our left. On our left. Bogey on our 6. On our left. Up ahead. On our left. Bogey on our 6. Enemy locked on target. Bogey on our tail. Take off. On our right. Bogey on our 6. Bogey on our tail. Take off. Bogey on our tail. Enemy locked on target. Great shot. Bogey on our tail. On our right. Bogey on our 6. Enemy in sight. Bogey on our 6. Fire. Shoot it down. Jesus, miss. Here. Toast. Bogey on our tail. Up ahead. On our right. Bingo. Yahoo! Bogey on our 6. Oh, fine. Bogey on our 6. Bogey on our 6. left! Up ahead! Bogey on our 6! Bogey on our tail! Take off! Bogey on our tail! Enemy in sight! Up ahead! Enemy locked on target, on our left! Mission accomplished.
The enemy is on his last legs. One more strike should lay him out. Take your unit through the ravine to the enemy headquarters. Intelligence is sketchy on force composition near the headquarters, so keep on your toes. Fly low on your way in. Everything above the ravine is a SAM kill zone.
Ready? Break now! Up ahead! Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot it down! Back one! Up ahead! Enemy in sight. Fire! Shoot him! Wasted! Up ahead! Enemy in sight. Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot it down! Toast! Locked on target. Fire! Shoot it down! Shoot him away! Up ahead! Enemy in sight. Fire! Shoot it down! Toast! Accomplished.
Urgent message. Enemy giant airborne fortress discovered. This may be your final task. Eliminate it before it reaches our airspace. Good luck.
Ready? Break now! Enemy in sight. On our right! Bogey on our tail! Enemy in sight. Up ahead! On our left! Bogey on our tail!
Caution! Caution!
Enemy locked on target! Jesus, miss! Great shot! Enemy in sight!
Caution! Caution! Caution!
Enemy in sight!
Caution!
Enemy
Caution!
locked on target!
Caution!
Great shot! Bogey on our 6! Enemy locked on target! Bogey on our 6!
Caution!
Bingo! Yahoo! Enemy in sight!
Caution! Caution! Caution!
Bingo!
Caution!
Yahoo!
Caution!
Enemy locked on target! Great shot! Enemy locked on target!
Caution!
Bingo!
Caution!
Yahoo! Bingo! Yahoo!
Caution! Caution!
On our left! Up ahead! Bogey on our 6! On our left! Up ahead! Enemy locked on target! Fire! Shoot it down! On our right! Up ahead! On our left! Up ahead! Enemy in sight! Fire! Shoot it down! Bingo! Yahoo! Jesus! On our left! Look
Caution.
Pull out of it!
Engine stalled.
Enemy in sight! Enemy in sight! Enemy in sight! Enemy in sight!
Caution!
Enemy locked on target!
Caution!
Bingo! Yahoo! Bingo! Yahoo!
Caution!
Great shot! Bingo! Yahoo!
Caution.
Great shot! Bingo! Yahoo!
Caution. Caution.
Enemy in sight. Enemy in sight.
Caution. Caution.
Enemy in sight.
Caution.
Enemy locked on
Alert,
target.
body damage. Alert, body damage. Alert, body damage.
Enemy locked on
Alert,
target.
body damage. Alert, body damage.
Shot! Enemy locked on target.
Caution.
Great shot! Enemy locked on target. Bingo!
Caution.
Yahoo! Enemy locked on target. Great shot! Great shot! Enemy locked on target. Bingo! Yahoo! Bingo! Yahoo!
Congratulations. The enemy has capitulated and the coup has failed. The rightful government has been restored to this peaceful country. Your skill as top guns changed the balance. From the bottom of our hearts, we thank you.